Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Toronto Raptor fans, I hope you are hyped. From an outsider's perspective, you guys know I live here in Chicago, I'm a Bulls fan. I am hyped about the Toronto Raptors season from just reading a couple articles, watching a couple of media day pressers. It's a good time to be a Toronto Raptor fan right now, man. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. If we could find a way to get this video to 100 likes, that would be phenomenal. Let's just recap this. I have about 4 takeaways from today, and obviously, number one, we have to start with Scottie Barnes, because here is a direct quote from Nick Nurse on how many reps he's going to get. Quote unquote, as many reps as he can handle out of the gate. Nick Nurse said his workload was going to be huge. If you guys have been watching me the last month or so, that's been the big question. Like, that really, right there, that has been the big question is, what's Scottie Barnes' role going to be? Because my prediction before this media day, and it probably still is that I think Scottie Barnes will be that 6th to 7th man, getting about 25 minutes per night at the start of the season. I don't think he'll be closing out the games, but to be honest with you, he might be closing the games based off what what Nick Nurse said today. He might be closing the games, but still, I think you give him a couple of weeks, at max a month, and he will definitely be closing games as long as he is playing the way we know Scottie Barnes to play. I think something that gets kind of forgotten is that Scottie Barnes actually, with Florida State last year, like, although he came off the bench, not only did he win 6th man of the year, but he was their primary ball handler. Like, he was the facilitator. And so you just give Scottie Barnes, who already he looked like he was about to break through. Like, he looked like, last couple of games at Florida State, looked like he was about to break through. Still wins 6th man of the year in the ACC, like I said. There's just something about Scottie, man, that the charisma he came with in the Summer League, specifically the Charlotte game. You see some of the offensive tendencies he was going with, some of the moves, and it's just like, this will translate. However, he was playing G League players. I forget the statistic, but I'm pretty sure it was some percentage in the 90s of guys who will either be playing overseas or out of the league, like right after the G League. So, take it with a grain of salt. But the fact that Nick Nurse came out and said, like, yep, Bobby and I, Masai and I, all three, like, we're in conjunction. Like, Scottie Barnes is our future, and he's ready to go. And so you guys know, like I said earlier in the video, I'm a Bulls fan. I live here in Chicago, and this is something I saw with Patrick Williams last year, and it got a little frustrating, but not really. Like, it's not even frustration out of the team or the player itself. It's more like, damn, I just wish he was, like, a little bit older sometimes. But last year, what you had with Patrick Williams is, on the Chicago Bulls, you got, like, the 4th pick in the draft, and they started him every single chance they got. I don't know his actual statistics on how many games he started, but my guess is it was over 60. He did good. Offensively, not that good. I think Scottie Barnes immediately will be a better offensive player than Patrick Williams, like, just right out of the gate. But Patrick Williams showed a lot of good strides last season, and the Chicago Bulls put him on some crazy matchups, like LeBron James, Giannis. Like, there were some crazy players that he had to guard right out of the get-go, and not only did he live up to the expectations, live up to the hype, especially defensively, but he had a very well-rounded freshman year, and now, going into the second year, the Bulls, they just made all these moves. As a Bulls fan, I'm like, thank goodness we did that. Thank goodness they didn't go for some short-term solution, to kind of do as a plug-in starter for the year while Patrick Williams gets his feet ready. No, they need reps. They need game time experience. They need game time situations. Like, they need to learn on their own, and the only way you're going to learn, like, yeah, G League's cool and all, and garbage time here and there is cool, but the way you can speed up just the development of a player is by playing him. And so that's something that a lot of just, it's not even just with the NBA. A lot of sports teams are now finally, and it wasn't this way 40, 50 years ago, where all these starters are just getting like 30 plus minutes a night right out of the gate, and they're living up to it. And so with Patrick Williams, I'm so ready for this next season. But the thing with Scottie Barnes is I view him as a better prospect coming out of college than Patrick Williams. And so I think he'll just translate right away. So I think, I've dedicated over 5 minutes to this, but I think it just, and I'm not even a Raptors fan, man. I am so excited to watch this kid play. I'm so excited to watch his team play that I can't even imagine what a diehard Raptors fan is feeling right now after what Nick Nurse said. Like, it's just nonstop happiness. Next up, I want to talk about Goran. He had some good things to say today. He was he's a professional, man. And this is something I really think that just what he said whenever he was back home, I think it was just taken out of context. I really do. Like, that's just the way journalism and all that type of crap nowadays is you need to get clicks. So you're either not going to tell the full story, or you're going to just put as the title something that's going to get the clicks. And with Goran, it seemed a little disrespectful at the time, but when you hear him break it down, I just think it's like, he's not part of the team long term. He's respectful for them right now. He's respectful for all of Toronto and their fans and their teams and their players right now. That I just don't think it's worth crying over spilled milk. Like, right now with Goran, it seems as if, and this is a tweet from Hall of Takes Media. They cover the Toronto Raptors. You can follow them on Twitter. They tweeted, "How are we feeling about Goran after hearing him speak at Media Day today?" 53% said changing my mind on him. So to me, that's just really good, because if Goran feels accepted in the locker room and in the organization, he's going to play his best. And return-wise, return and performance-wise, you want Goran to play his best and to try his best and to just kind of have like a chip on his shoulder. Like, okay, Toronto, like, I see, maybe I chose my words incorrectly, or maybe you guys took it the wrong way. So what am I going to do? Yeah, I still, I'm not going to say this. I still don't want to be a part of the team necessarily long-term, but I'm going to put a chip on my shoulder, and I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm going to shock you. I'm going to show you that was worth it, and you're going to get a good return for me. And that's kind of the type of player Goran is. So I thought that was really cool. He's just a very positive guy. Lastly, Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, they are ready. They're ready to go. Pascal looks like no concerns over his injury. Fred has no concerns about the way the roster was constructed. Like, nor should they, but sometimes you have players who just shy away from these types of things, and Fred and Pascal are not that guy. Like, they are not going to shy away from this. They are going to take it and embrace it, and that's what makes them the player they are. So I thought it was just awesome. Fred and Pascal's comments today, and just their whole presser in general, it's just, they're ready to get to work. The whole Toronto Raptors team is ready to get to work. So I thought it was awesome. I'm very excited. I might make a Scottie Barnes video tomorrow. If you guys want to see that, let's get this video to 100 likes, and I'll make a Scottie Barnes video for tomorrow, because, sheesh, my predictions of 14.5 points, 6 or so rebounds, it's really not looking that crazy right now. So hit the like button. If this gets to 100 likes, I will go ahead and drop the Scottie Barnes video if you guys want it. And that's it for today. Peace. Comment down below also your thoughts on Raptors Media Day, because it was exciting.